Okay. Yes. Hello, allesammans. Good day. My name is Sally, founder and president of the Filipinski Hjelpessamfund i Norge, or FHS. Today, we are going to discuss the pandemic unemployment rights and benefits. FHS is an NGO who helps with information drive to benefit the migrant groups here in Norway. We are not from NAV. We are here to present general information published by the NAV in their website. Information may or may not apply to your situation. Discretion is necessary. And under no circumstances will our organization be held responsible or liable in any way for any claims or liabilities resulting or arising directly or indirectly from the use of the information we are about to present. Together with me are the team leaders of FHS Newbie in Norway, Nika and Maria, and the NAV officer, Miss Michelle Asbe. So sit back, get a drink, and your pen and paper to jot down all the necessary information that you might need. And at the end of our discussion, we will pick unique questions from the comment section that Miss Michelle from NAV will try to answer. So just scribe Ned om dere har noe spørsmål sa ating butihing NAV officer. And without further ado, I will call on my co-host and our guest, Miss Michelle. I'll be adding you, Miss Michelle, Maria, and Nika in this live. All right. Hello, hello. Hello. Okay. First, to Miss Michelle, who is working in NAV office, we would like to thank you for joining us today. It is an honor to have you here in this program. And to begin with, can you first tell us about yourself and your duties and responsibilities in NAV, Miss Michelle?
Yeah, thank you for that warm welcome, Sally. Yes, I am a counselor, or as we call it in Norwegian, a veileder. I work at Nav Sandnes from Sandnes kommune. So I've been at the Nav for 5 years now, a bit over 5 years. So I've been helping people with international background to find their career path here in Norway. So um, last month, I was working with people who were receiving dagpenger or unemployment benefits,
Mhm.
but an opportunity rose. So onwards, I will be working with job seekers who will apply or who are receiving or participating in a program called Kvalificeringsprogram.
All right.
Hmm.
Yes. Thank you very much, Miss Michelle. And yes, like we said, we will be sending you to the backstage, but you'll be joining us later again to answer the questions that our viewers would like to ask with regards our topic about the rights and benefits. But you can just sit back and drink some coffee and relax and like watch us, yeah, and provide us comments later on. Thank you, Miss Michelle, and I'll send it to backstage. Yes, and now still I'm with the beautiful team leaders of Newbie in Norway, Maria and Nika Wanderlas. So um, girls, can you just give the viewers a short introduction about yourself? Let's start with Maria.
Yeah. Thank you, Miss Sally. Yeah. Hi, good day, everyone. I am Maria. A quick information about myself. I'm the secretary of the FHS and currently part of the team newbie in Norway. And I've been an au pair for 4 years, and now I'm currently a student taking up a bachelor program here in Norway. Thank you.
Yes. And Nika. Nika,
Sally.
yes, yes, yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
perfect. Thank you for the nice introduction, Miss Sally, and my co-team leader, Maria, and our guest, Miss Michelle from NAV, for being here with us today, which will be a big help for our viewers and in those people who want to know their rights, especially nowadays. So, hello to all our viewers and welcome to our live event. You can watch us on Facebook and YouTube. I am Nika, one of the team leader of Newbie in Norway under the Philippines KLP Sampun in Norge. So let us know which city in Norway you are living. Just comment. Just leave a comment on down below. So let's start our program.
All right. Okay, so we will begin with the very basic. We will begin with what is NAV. So, our technical will introduce our presentation. Okay, let's begin with giving you information regarding NAV. NAV is the short name for the Norwegian Labor and Welfare Administration. NAV administers a third of the national budget through schemes such as unemployment benefit, work assessment allowance, sickness benefit, pensions, child benefit, and cash for care benefit. NAV was established on 1st of July 2006, and the local authorities and central government cooperate to find good solutions for users through 456 NAV offices in municipalities and city boroughs. Each local authority and NAV agree on what local authority services uh, their office should provide. So the services provided by a NAV offices would vary from local authority to other local authority. Okay, but how about NAV's main goals and services? Nika, can you tell us about it?
All right, thank you for the explanation about NAB, Miss Sally. I'm sure our viewers are very ready right now. So, um, what is NAB's main goals and services? So they offer more people active and in work, fewer people on benefits, a well-functioning job market to provide the right services and benefits at the right time, and to provide good services tailored to the user's need and circumstances, comprehensive and efficient labor and welfare administration. Next slide, please. So these are the following NAB services benefits and pension. Number one, unemployment benefit if you are unemployed or temporarily laid off. Number two, sickness benefits, of course. And number three, family related benefits. Number four, pension. And number five, financial assistance. Number six, information, advice, and guidance. Number seven, qualification program. Number eight, financial advice and debt counseling. Number nine, temporary accommodation or some emergency. Number 10, employment schemes. Number 11, health services. And number 12, occupational injury. The general rule is that you are covered under the National Insurance Act if you are, for example, a compulsory member of the National Insurance team here in Norway, and what entitlement you can claim under the National Insurance Act depends on what kind of membership you have or whether you are covered by a social security agreement. You should also be aware that some entitlement requirements that you have been a member of the national insurance scheme for a certain time. So Maria will gonna explain further about the corona pandemic.
Yeah, thank you, Nika. And now, due to the corona pandemic, a lot of people lost their jobs or were temporarily laid off. NAV is the government agency which played a big part for people to get support and benefits during these times. If you are temporarily laid off for a specific period, you may be entitled to the unemployment benefits for this period. And the important information about unemployment benefits, the government is introducing the strictest rule to Norway since March 2020. Failure to return to Norway may affect your unemployment benefits. You may contact NAP and let them know that you are in this situation. And also, the government proposes that if you have recently passed the maximum period for unemployment benefits, you can receive unemployment benefits again from the 1st of February. And lastly, the government has announced that there will be new financial measures. In the face of this pandemic, NAB expect several changes related to unemployment benefits. And now let's hear more about the unemployment benefit if you are or unemployed. I'm sorry.
Sorry, we can hear you. Can you check your mic?
Yes, sorry, okay. Once again, unemployment benefit for those who are unemployed. If you have become unemployed, you may be entitled to unemployment benefits or other financial support from NAV. You must register as a job seeker and be an active job seeker when you receive unemployment benefits. Being a job seeker and active job seeker, you must listen to Miss Nika later on what is active job seeker means. Okay. If you are self-employed, you can apply for compensation if you lose income due to the corona situation. If you are a freelancer, you can choose whether you apply for unemployment benefits or compensation. If your employer is bankrupt, you may be entitled to wage guarantee funds for days your employer has not paid you wages. Then you may be entitled to unemployment benefits. And lastly, if you are not entitled to other financial support from NAV, you may be entitled to financial social assistance from NAV. So, like I said, here's Nika to describe what a real job seeker is.
Okay. You must be a real job seeker to be entitled to unemployment benefits. And being a real job seeker means are the following. You are willing and able to take any job, both full-time and part-time, anywhere in Norway. The next one is you are also willing to take work that is paid according to tariff or custom. And of course, you are able to work. And the last one, you can participate in labor market measures. So when you receive unemployment benefits, you must also be an active job seeker. This means that you must look for jobs yourself. Can you like next?
Yes.
Yeah. So these are being active job seeker. So look for a jobs yourself, submit application, and attend interviews. NAB may require you to document an agreed job search activity, and they will require you to keep an activity plan on their website. It also means that you should be available to NAB and be able to start to work or on measure at a very short notice. Also, you have to keep your CV updated on nav.no and be able to provide supervision for children at short notice if you have young children. So those are the meaning of being an active job seeker here in Norway. And here's Maria to discuss further about temporarily laid off.
Thank you, Nika, for that explanation. And now for the temporarily laid off. If you are temporarily laid off, you may be entitled to financial support and help to get to work. And as a general rule, you receive a salary from your employer for the first 10 days you are laid off. The second one, after the period of salary, many layoffs will be entitled to unemployment benefits from now. And the third one, you must apply for unemployment benefits yourself. And the NAB recommend that you send the application 1 week before the last day with pay from the employer. And lastly, if you are not entitled to unemployment benefits, you may be entitled to financial social assistance from NOB. And I'm now giving the next slide to Miss Sally.
Thank you, Miss Maria. Okay. So, how can one apply for unemployment benefits? First, you must register as a job seeker. You must be registered as a job seeker to be entitled to unemployment benefits. That's number one. Second, apply for unemployment benefits. You will receive unemployment benefits at the earliest from the day you are both registered as a job seeker and have submitted an application for unemployment benefits. The NAV recommend that you apply 1 week before the last day of pay. Some applications will be processed automatically according to the information you provide in the application and on the report card as well as from public registers. Third, check account number. Check that the correct account number is registered with NAV. And fourth, send report card. You must send a report card every 14 days to still be registered as a job seeker. This also applies while you are waiting for a response to your application. You can send documentation and attachments at DITNAV, and you can see if you have registered as a job seeker and see information that NAV has received your application for unemployment benefits. And you can register and update your CV on arbeidsplassen.no. Alright. So, if you are to apply again for unemployment benefits, here's Nika to explain.
So for application of unemployment benefits again, for those temporarily laid off, when you apply for unemployment benefits again, NAP considers whether they will resume your old unemployment benefits period or whether you will be granted a new unemployment benefit period. If you have worked continuously for more than 6 weeks with a redundant employer, the redundancy will cease. If you are laid off again from the same employer, you will, as a general rule, have to meet the conditions for a new period of unemployment benefits. If you have to meet the condition for entitlement to unemployment benefits again, NAV will make a new calculation of how much you will receive in your unemployment benefits. So Maria, we're gonna explain further. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Nika. And the main conditions for entitlement to unemployment benefits are the following. First, you must be at least 50% laid off, meaning if you have several working conditions, it is your total working hours that must be reduced. When NAB assess whether your working hours have been reduced by at least 50%, NAB can take a maximum of 40 hours working week as their starting point. This means that you can work a maximum of 20 hours of working week to be entitled to unemployment benefits. The second one, you earn income must be reduced. And the third one, you must have earned at least 152,027 Norwegian kroner or 1.5 G in the last 12 months or 304,053 Norwegian kroner or 3G in the last 36 months as an employee. And the fourth one, for unemployed, you must be a real job seeker, meaning that as a general rule, you must be able to work for at least 50% and be willing and able to take any job anywhere in Norway and participate in labor market measures. And the fifth, for temporarily laid off, you must be willing to accept job offers. If you are partially laid off for a short period, the requirement that you must apply for other work is lower. And the sixth one, as a general rule, you must reside in Norway and be a member of the national insurance scheme. In some cases, you may be entitled to unemployment benefits from Norway, even if you do not reside in Norway. You can read more about which country you should apply for unemployment benefits from and holiday benefits, and stays abroad at nav.no. And seventh, you must be laid off due to lack of work or other circumstances that your employer cannot influence. Lastly, you must be under 67 years of age. You can receive unemployment benefits up to and including the month you turn 67. This is related to retirement age in Norway. And to discuss more about the financial social assistance, here is Sally.
Thank you, Maria. If you're not entitled to unemployment benefits, you can apply for financial social assistance. NAV uses information from skatetaten.no to see if you are entitled to unemployment benefits. If you think that the information is incorrect, you must notify NAV and ask your employer to correct the information. You have the right to help from NAV to get a job once you have registered as a job seeker. This applies regardless of whether you apply for unemployment benefits or not. Dismissed from a position with available plan, you may be entitled to unemployment benefits regardless of whether you are laid off during a period of availability or during a period of leave. Um, and attach documentation that you have an available plan when you apply for unemployment benefits. Okay, so now let's proceed to education or training for those who are studying. As a general rule, you are not entitled to unemployment benefits when you are in education or training, but there are some exceptions. So, the government laid out a temporary scheme that allow you to be entitled to unemployment benefit in combination with education or training if you are an apprentice or student who does not receive subsistence support from the state loan fund for education. If you are unsure whether you will be receiving support from subsistence, you can contact Lona Cousin. The scheme applies from 20th of April 2020 to 1st of July 2021. Okay. So how about those who are self-employed or are freelancer? Okay. If you are the only employee in your own AS and lay off more than 80%, you will generally not receive unemployment benefits. This is because the redundancy may appear as a discontinuation of operations more than a temporary shutdown. If you wind up the operation, you may be entitled to unemployment benefits when your notice period is over. If you have lost income as a self-employed person as a result of the corona situation, you may be entitled to compensation. If you are employed in your own limited company or AS, you are not self-employed, but you may be entitled to unemployment benefits. You can recover 80% of the lost income from day 17, limited up to an annual income of 6G or equivalent to 608,106 million. You can apply for compensation in arrears for each new month with loss of income. The government has proposed that the scheme may be continued until and including 30th of June 2021. Income from self-employment does not entitle you to unemployment benefits. However, if you have had income as an employee or freelancer for the last 3 years, you may be entitled of unemployment benefits. And if you have lost income as a freelancer, you may be entitled to unemployment benefits. If you have lost income as a result of the corona situation, you can choose whether you apply for unemployment benefits or compensation. You can only apply for one of those schemes. All right. How about if your employer got bankrupt? Let's hear from Maria.
Yeah. Thank you, Miss Sally. Now, if your employer got bankrupt, the
Mhm.
thing you need to do is you can apply for first the wage guarantee funds. The wage guarantee scheme is intended to ensure that you as an employee are paid wages, holiday pay, and other remuneration that you benefit from when your employer goes bankrupt. Send an application for wage guarantee coverage via the trustee in the bankruptcy state. Second one, advances on wage guarantee funds in the form of unemployment benefits. You can receive an advance on wage guarantee funds in the form of unemployment benefits for the first month after your employer is bankrupt. You apply for an advance by applying for unemployment benefits and thinking that you want to apply for an advance on wage guarantee funds in the form of unemployment benefits. Third one, the unemployment benefits will provide you who have become unemployed with financial support while you apply for new jobs. From the 24th of June 2020, you can check that you want to apply for both an advance on wage guarantee funds and unemployment benefits when you apply for unemployment benefits. If you sent an application for unemployment benefits before June 24th of 2020, the application will only be processed as an application for an advance on wage guarantee funds in the form of unemployment benefits. You must therefore apply for unemployment benefits again, a total of twice, to receive unemployment benefits. And the advances on unemployment benefits, you can apply for advance on unemployment benefits if you have submitted an application for unemployment benefits. To get an advance, you must be at least 18 years old and under 67 years old. In addition, you must have earned enough to be entitled to unemployment benefits. You can apply for an advance again when 1 month has passed since the last time you applied for an advance. If you have received an answer to your application for unemployment benefits, you can no longer apply for an advance. In advance, you get 60% of your earnings to be included in the calculation of unemployment benefits, up to 608,106 kroner or 6G. The advance is paid for 1 month. In addition, we withhold 25% for tax. In the application, you get a preliminary calculation of how much you will be paid. And to discuss more about how much can you get in unemployment benefits, here is Miss Sally.
All right, thank you. If you receive unemployment benefits from 1st of January 2021 onwards, you will not receive unemployment benefits for the first 3 days in the new period of unemployment benefits. This is called waiting days. As a result of the corona situation, you will receive more in unemployment benefits for a temporary period. You get first 80% of your income below 304,053 or 3G, and 62.4% of your earnings between 304,053 kroner and 608,106 kroner. It has been decided that the temporary period will last until 31st of March 2021. The government has proposed to extend the period until 30th of June 2021. When the temporary period is over, you will receive 62.4% of your income of up to 608,106 kroner or 6G. This is the same as before the corona situation. You can log into NAV's unemployment benefit calculator to see how much you may be entitled to in unemployment benefits. Unemployment benefits are taxable. If you need to make changes to the tax card, you must do this at skatetaten.no. Okay, so to know more about what income is included in the calculation of unemployment benefits, here's Nika.
All right, thank you, Miss Sally. So, what income is included in the calculation of unemployment benefits? NAV looks at income you have had in the last 12 months or on average in the last 36 months. The NAV do not take incomes above 608,106 kroner 6G per period of 12 months. These incomes are included, for example, salary income as an employee, sickness benefits, care allowance, care training allowances, pregnancy allowances, parental allowances at birth and adoption, and unemployment benefits, of course. These incomes are not included: business income, work clearance allowance, pension, and one-off benefit at birth. And Maria will gonna be explain further. Thank you.
Thank you, Nika. And now, the waiting time. If you receive unemployment benefits from 1st January 2021 onwards, you will not receive unemployment benefits for the first 3 days in a new period of unemployment benefits. This is called waiting days. Days
Mhm.
when you are ill, on holiday, or working more than 50% of normal working hours are not included in the waiting days. If you are ill, have a holiday, or work so much that you do not take time off for the 3 waiting days during the first 15 working days, you will not meet the conditions for receiving unemployment benefits. Your unemployment benefit case will then be closed. You can apply again if you meet the conditions again. The newly graduated conscript. As a newly graduated conscript, you can receive 4,678 Norwegian kroner per week, regardless of previous income. If you have earned more than 304,053 Norwegian kroner, you may be entitled to more. NAB automatically calculates what pays off for you. And for the child supplement, if you provide for children, biological and or adopted children under the age of 18, you may be entitled to child supplement. The child must be resident in Norway or another EEA country and supported by you, but the child does not have to live with you. From the 1st of July 2020, you will not receive a child supplement if the child stays outside the EEA area for more than 90 days during a 12-month period. The child supplement is 17 Norwegian kroner per child and is paid for 5 days a week. Okay, now here is Miss Sally to discuss to help to get to work.
Yes, you have the right to get help from NAV to get a job once you have registered as a job seeker. Again, this applies regardless of whether you apply for unemployment benefits or not. At arbeidsplassen.no, you will find vacancies, register your CV, and tips on how to write a good CV. NAV owns the services on arbeidsplassen.no. You can apply for travel and relocation support to travel to a job interview or to the workplace when you start a new job. If you have applied for unemployment benefits, you must notify NAV if your situation changes. free online courses and career guidance for unemployed and temporarily laid off uh, is available at competencenorge.no. You will here you will find free online courses and educational offers. These are developed under the auspices of the state and the parties in working life. The course can help increase your competence within selected industries. You can check utdaning.no about online courses and education. Competence in Norge also offers free career guidance for those who need it. And we're nearing the end, so here's Nika for how to contact Nav.
Now, of course, you can contact Nav through chat at nav.no. You will meet a chatbot at first, but you can be directed to a counselor or a VI leader without logging in during weekdays from 9 a.m. to 2:30. In the chat, they can answer general questions about the services offered in NAV, and you can of course be anonymous, and NAV cannot see any personal information about you. You can also call through NAV Service Center at 4755553333, and it's open from during weekdays from 9 a.m. to 3 o'clock p.m. And of course, there are so many ways you can contact NAV. You can also contact directly your counselor. But of course, you must be registered as a job seeker through the NAV website. And you can also write through logging into nav.no. And you can also contact them through Facebook with regards to, of course, parental benefits and job search. And here is the link on the screen. There you go, and you can also go to your nearest NAV office. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. And actually, that's about it. Now we're going to that part where Miss Michelle is going to answer some questions. But we have not received so much questions about NAV, but maybe we can invite Miss Michelle here in our the stage to like give some pieces of advice for those severely affected of this pandemic. So come on in, Miss Michelle. Right there, ma'am.
Hi.
Okay. Yes, Miss Michelle. Maybe you can give some pieces of advice for those affected of this pandemic, those who lost their jobs or got temporarily laid off. Some motivation or some tips for them. Washigo?
Tusen tack. Well, it is quite a particular situation that we are facing. So, um, it is unfortunate that a lot of us have lost jobs or are in a sort of limbo. So, my first advice is to first stay safe, follow the local guidelines regarding how to keep yourself and those around you safe. And if you are temporarily laid off, have a good dialogue with your employer about the plan onwards regarding your opportunity to get back to work, or check out opportunities that you could or other jobs that you can work while waiting for a confirmation on your former employer or your current employer. um, we are not sure how this pandemic is going to last and how long these measurements are going to be active. So the best thing to do is to, as said, keep yourself healthy and use this time wisely to invest in upgrading perhaps your competency and skills. Maybe widen your horizons a little bit in regards to courses and education. So it's really good that you guys, Sally, Maria, and Nika, have shared information about the Competenza Norge. That's one. Also, if Norwegian is something that you were struggling with um, in regards to finding a job, use this time to work on your Norwegian, perhaps take the Norwegian test so that you can have a documentation on what your skills are. Um, Norway and Nav. Nav is really huge. So I work in the local municipality and try to help job seekers, as said, to find their paths to get job and started with their careers. And this journey is different from each person. So if you're interested in looking and finding which courses are available to you, visit nav.no, scroll down to the bottom, and at the bottom you can see like nav i ditt fylke, so nav in your region. When you click on that page, you will find the available courses in your region. I think you guys have done a really extensive research on what nav is, so great work. Because you mentioning about what an active job seeker is, and what is the active, and how important it is to use the activity plan. Those are really good points to have when you're communicating with nav, because by having that activity plan and adding the jobs that you apply for, you have, as a job seeker, then you have a solid and clear communication with nav that you are a real job seeker. You're active in your own process, and you have a clear idea on what career you want to invest in.
Mm. Yes, I think you. Actually, it's the team newbie in Norway who were and actually a special mention to Miss Mary Ann Feliciano Pereira, our researcher in one of the team leaders also of newbie in Norway, who did this extensive research. She's our scriptwriter and researcher. So hi to Miss Mary Ann, and you can hilse till friends and family. Miss Michelle, if you want to,
Yeah.
we still have time.
Yeah.
If you want,
Well, I would give a shout out to Kish and Mercado and
yeah.
Alex Musige and Milky, because these ladies are my co-vloggers here in Norway, or in our region, and we are slowly kind of getting into this vlog world and trying to share our experiences and our journey here in Norway. So yeah, shout out to my mom. She's the one that inspired me to work.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. And yes, okay. And we'll just read some of the. Oh, here's at Mary Ann.
Yeah.
Welcome. Thank you, Miss Michelle, for the tips. So this, she's our one of the team leaders of Newbie in Norway. And hello, Michelle from Kish. She's watching. She recently joined the FHS, so one of the volunteers in FHS Helse Veldedighet. So she's now part of the FHS team. Thank you, Miss Kish. And here's Miss Sheila Christensen, one of our volunteers in Newbie, Norway. She's a teacher in Voksen Applying.
Mm.
So later on, we will greet our new set of volunteers. But for now, we would like to say thank you very much, Miss Michelle, for giving us the opportunity to have you here. And thank you for all the tips. And you're truly inspiring and motivating. And we really hope that this pandemic will soon end. Thank you for the advice and inspiration for all of us. And do you have any word, Maria and Nika, to Miss Michelle before we end this program?
You can go first, Miss Secretary.
Miss Secretary, do you have any words for Miss Michelle?
Maybe just a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause currently I would like to take a Norwegian language, and I'm not good at it. But also, I just want to ask if it's possible to find a job in English at this
Mm.
time. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, based from what I know, the information that I know of you right now, so I'll try to just answer as generally as possible.
Mm-hmm.
There are always jobs available where you can just utilize English skills. However, they are limited, and most of those jobs are in service industry, which are struggling at the moment. So perhaps when this pandemic situation has gone over and the society is calm and open again, there might be more jobs available with your existing language skills. um, but you also mentioned that you were a student.
Yeah.
Are you a full-time
Yeah.
student?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
am.
If you're a full-time student, in the university or college?
Yeah, in a university. I'm allowed to work 20 hours per week.
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
have an international student visa. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll remove my hat from Nav at the moment, and I'll put my hat on when I was an ambassador for the university. Use the network of your university, because there are organizations or bulletin boards at each campus or online even, where they help students to find part-time jobs or other kind of seasonal work that you can do.
Mhm.
And those are usually a good way to get into the labor market, because you get a gradual entrance too. And it could be something that's related to your interest or to your studies.
Mhm.
When it comes to the Norwegian language course via NAV, that varies a little bit from region to region or city to city. But since you're a student, most probably the advice for you would be to focus first on your studies and use this organization as a tool to improve your Norwegian language skills.
Mhm.
My experience personally is that the people who participate in something that they're passionate about and help collaborating with organizations are the ones who are able to attain that level of proficiency that they need to move on with their careers. So the more that you're doing this work with AFHS or any other similar organization, the more it will challenge you, but it will also give you the opportunities to improve your Norwegian language skills. So keep it up. May I ask, what are you studying?
A bachelor program in international environmental and development studies.
And you
Yeah.
live in Oslo.
Yeah, but my university is in Oz, so
uh,
quite yeah. Have to take
well,
a 1.5 hour to travel.
yeah. And are
Mhm.
you in your first year or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
currently in my first year.
ev-
And last semester, currently I'm struggling because because it's been a long time since I studied a bachelor
yeah.
in the Philippines. So
Mm.
yeah, but
When,
this organization helped me a lot.
yeah, like how, like your activities in organization is not necessarily just that you're getting your help. It's also that social connection that you have the opportunity to keep your mind off on something, because sometimes the
Yeah.
things that worries us, instead of, the more we think about it, the more it kind of gets us feeling stuck. So
Mm.
by
Mhm.
participating, we are able to let it go for a little second and get some inspiration from other people.
Mm.
Also, as a student, your main goal is being is your studies, right? But if you're struggling, it's very important you acknowledge that struggle and that you go to the right
Mhm.
institutions or organizations to get the necessary help. So you're a student, yeah, you are connected to university, connect with a student union and see if what services they can provide for you and how they can assist you, so that you are able to get over that bump and move on with your studies.
Yes. Thank you, Miss Michelle. And may humahabol. This
Yeah.
is Miss Jody Castro, one of our volunteers also in Afiches Kulturang Noipi. I will just read. Hi, Miss Michelle. What is the job trend in Norway? Which jobs do you see are currently in demand now and in the future?
Well, this is a very interesting question. Thank you for
Yes,
asking,
actually.
Joe. Um, if you want to get more insight about this question, you should definitely check nav.no because we have that Omverdens analyse. And but job trend in Norway, like I've been in Norway now for over 20 years, and in 2010 I wanted to start a business on helping Filipino nurses on how they can build their careers here in Norway, like the transition from Philippines to Norway. That
Mhm.
need is still here. There's still a need for good healthcare workers.
Mhm.
The other trend is within IT and technology. Um, Here in Stavanger and Rogaland region, there's also a lot of projects going on with construction. So that's one area. But a general rule of thumb is that if you want a job here in Norway, having fagbrev or something similar to a vocational training or a higher education and the Norwegian language skills are key to finding these job openings.
Yes.
Did that
Thank you.
answer your question, Joe?
Joe, comment below if Miss Michelle has given enough answer. How about you, Miss Nika Wanderlust? Do you have any question or
I think I
word to
almost have the same question with Maria, and Miss Michelle really explained it very well. But
All
I will
right.
take this opportunity to ask Miss Michelle. I'm not sure if this related, but it's some kind of related. Um, do you think, Miss Michelle, for example, does it will affect my application for UDE permanent residence if I applied for NAP benefits? Because I mean, I never applied for unemployment benefits in NAB because especially last year during the lockdown, there are certain times that I have job for example, 2 to 3 weeks, and then because of the corona situation, we have to kind of lie low, something like that. And then
Mm,
okay, after like 3 weeks, I have to work again.
mm,
So it's kind of like a bit struggle for me. But I
yeah.
never applied for unemployment benefits enough. But I've been working so much for like a lot of work.
Yeah. I understand your confusion, and I would love to say that how like clearly to you on how you can attack that question. But unfortunately, I don't have that clear because
Okay.
I'm working in a different department. Just
Yeah.
um, just to be sure, because you're asking about your if it will affect your application for UDI, so for your
Yeah,
visa.
in the
So I would
future.
advise to go to UDI and check what are the requirements. Depending on what kind of visa it is that you want to apply, there's a specific list there on what you like,
Mm.
what kind of documentation you need from NOV or what will affect your application. So that's one thing. The other thing is about your unemployment benefit. You guys
Yeah.
have done an extensive research, and who was it? Mary Ann
Very
Feliciano,
nice.
who,
Mm.
if I'm reading it correct, and the way she wrote, if she wrote this script on how she knows the details regarding this. But the
Yeah.
best thing that you can do is contact directly from your, like when you log in from nav.no, and write a specific question about if you are if it'll affect your application for visa if you
Yeah.
apply for unemployment benefit.
Mhm.
Okay, that's all. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Here's the comment from Miss Jo. Yes, thank you. Looking at shifting career. So,
Ah,
so that's the plan. Um, can we just ask one last question? Maybe I'll ask since I'm a nurse. I would just like to ask on behalf of those I know who have been affected or contracted the corona and was in sick melding like Lengya. How are you like responding to this? The benefits that they gonna receive? They have, because this is really new, this pandemic, and then those who have still symptoms like etelbevekninger after like months of being infected of the disease, what are the benefits that they can get from NAV if in case they cannot go to work or function as well as like they did before because of the effects of corona.
Whoa, that's a valid concern, a very solid question. And
Yes.
unfortunately, I'm not able to answer that, so I'm
Mm-mm.
writing down that question because
Okay po.
your concern is what kind of benefits the ones who have been affected by corona, if they're suffering from after effects, say what
Mm-hmm.
kind of benefit they could receive. Well, if they're already receiving sikemeling, that mean or sikepengir, sick leave benefit, that means that they have the basis for it to receive that benefit. So depending on how the situation goes onwards, my advice with them is to just keep a good communication with their counselor at NAV. So because it's different from each person to each person. And as you've said, this is a it's a pandemic, it's global. We're all new to this situation, so we're all doing our best for each day, and I believe that the government is doing their best as well to help people get back, and then society to get back to normal, whatever normal is.
Yeah.
but, but we just try to stay positive and take things one day at a time. So if they're on sick leave, do what they can to collaborate with their employer and their doctors to get back on their feet, and just follow the procedures from by the professionals.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that at some point we'll be getting more updates on how benefits and procedures will be moving onwards.
All right. Yeah, I think that's about it, Miss Michelle. Thank you very much for really answering our questions. You're awesome, Miss Michelle, and
Yeah.
we'd love to have you again in our future shows. And
Yeah.
yeah, thank you very much, po, and God bless and keep safe. And we hope to see you one of these days there in San Nest.
Feel
Yeah.
And
free to visit us when it's safe to travel. And also, thank you again for inviting me. Great work with this AFHS, and continue all these initiatives that you're doing online, because you're being a great help, not just to the Filipino community, but to the international community as well.
thank you,
Best
Miss Michelle.
wishes.
Thank you.
Thank you,
And
Miss Michelle.
yeah, we'll send you back to the backstage, and we're going to end the program. Thank you, Pop. All right, and there you have it. To reiterate, we are FHS, not NAV. It is only Miss Michelle who is from NAV, and this program is part of the integration and voluntary activities of our organization. And our purpose is primarily aimed at Filipinos and other minority groups living here in Norway and Filipinos in the Philippines. And here's Miss Nika to
Thank
promote
you
our program.
for joining us today. For those who missed this live program, don't worry. You can replay it here in our official Facebook page at fhs.org.no, and watch it on our YouTube channel, the Filipino Helping Society in Norway. You can also visit us at our website at www.fhsnorge.org for more updates and other informational drives, and to know more about our organization. You can also register as a member and a volunteer for free through our website. There are several benefits for all FHS member and volunteers. Again, visit our website at www.fhsnorge.org. Thank you, Miss Maria.
Yeah, thank you, Nika. We also take this chance to welcome our new set of volunteers that choose to be part of our four core programs: the FHS Health and Charity, the FHS Kulturang Noipi, the FHS Team Newbie in Norway, and the FHS UNG. We are very happy that you've joined our organization. Shout out to you all. And together, let us share our passion to voluntary works and integration works.
All right. And yes, before we end, I would just like to invite you to join the Sprock Cafe. It is still ongoing, and you will find the details in our Facebook page. And listen to us every Friday evening from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. at Radio Inter FM 105.8. We are the ones who are responsible for the Filipino department in that radio station. And again, for those who are interested with our gratis Nosh Oplaring, the application has officially ended yesterday, but we will still open later on. Now we are on the process of interviewing those to see who will qualify for the free Norwegian course, for the very first free Norwegian course that would be facilitated by the registered Norwegian Norwegian course provider. Okay. So, on behalf of the Philippines KL Pesamfun Energia at FHS, I would like to first thank the great people who put a lot of effort in preparing for this program. The FHS newbie in Norway team, the team leaders, Nika, Maria, and Miss Mary Ann. I would also like to thank you all for watching the program and making it as productive as possible. And of course, Miss Michelle, who have all the great knowledge and the heart to provide also information free to our viewers. And again, this has been Sally of FHS, wishing everyone a safe and calm and cozy Monday evening. Tack för oss och vi ses igen. Ha det bra!
Ha det bra!
Hada.
Ha det!